We beyond being ready exercise as a warning to Tehran to return to serious negotiation over its nuclear program. Now, who is telling them to do that? It's the US. This Israeli, they got the okay from Joe Biden, from the Senate House, the Congress. They got the okay from these politicians to do such thing. Believe me, they do. They can't just tell you that on the TV. CNN won't tell you that. Fox News will not tell you that. CBS News will not tell you that. ABC News, they will not tell you that. Okay? You will not hear that on France 24, BFM TV. You will not learn that. Don't expect them to tell you. They won't tell you. Okay? Okay, because they're all working together. All right? Keep in mind. Right? Right? He said, to return to serious negotiation over its nuclear program, as the world's attention has focused on Ukraine in recent months. Talk over a renewed Iranian nuclear deal, of which Israel has long been critical anyway, have fizzled, right? By the participation of the US could be something of a practical necessity as well as the global gambit. Israel currently uses all converted 707s for refueling. It has ordered new KC-46A aircraft to modernize a refueling operation, but those planes are not expected to arrive in Israel until 2025. There we go. So he said, we are not going to wait for this. So they're plotting something already in the 2025. Let's continue. He said, not coincidentally, Gantz is in Washington, D.C. today. He was in Washington, D.C. a couple of days ago to meet that coon, who is the Secretary of Defense, right? That sellout, Lloyd Austin. He's a sellout. He's a sellout. And the Mossad will destroy him. Let's read. He said, a defense source said that Gantz is bringing with him detailed data about the way Iran is cheating on its nuclear pledge. After publication on Thursday, the Defense Department released a summary of the meeting that said, right? That said, in part, that Gantz and Austin discussed the administration's commitment to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon. You can't do it, Esau. You can't stop Iran. You just wasting your time. You don't have power, man, Esau. You just going off. You just launching all over the place. Right? We get enough of this article because I'm not going to read you everything. You got to go read your own thing. You got to do research. Right? It takes time. For me to bring all these precepts out for you, it takes me time, man. Right? I do a lot of sacrifice. You got to understand that. That's why we want brother to repent. Right? Let's go right here. Right? We in the Guardian.com/UK. This happened in England. Right? Because of Christ, the food shortage, all these things, people start lifting up. People stealing. People stealing is happening. Let's read it. This is from the Guardian. Right? Right? Let me see. Let me see. All right. So let's go right here on this article. So like it quick. Let me go ahead. Right. This is the article. We won't read the whole article. Okay. Let's read it. Don't let the title of this article is from what the Guardian. This article is from UK. Don't let people off if they steal food in desperation. Minister tell police. There we go. You see, that's what I tell you. Your politician, they don't care about you. They're the one bringing all these problems, all this trouble, all this crisis. They're the one doing it. Boris Johnson sending more weapons to Ukraine, taking the taxpayer money from England, sending to Ukraine, instead of making like righteousness, doing peace, or trying to find a way to solve the issue. Okay, let us back up. Let us not do this. NATO, I think it's bad. Russia, they won't do that. All of a sudden, you see what they say. We don't care if you don't have enough food in your house. We told you before, you don't listen. We told you, don't follow these politicians. Do not. They are not for your turn. They're working for the belly and the family. They're working for their agenda. So that's why we tell you, do not support them. These people don't care about you. Can you believe that? This is a minister. He said, well, don't let people off if they steal food In desperation, minister tell police, there we go. This is happening in England. Let's read it. Right. Let me see if I can play. Fair use, right? Fair use, we want to put out there. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Please, fair use, right? Fair use, all right? We're going to put it right here. I want to try to play the video if I can play it, all right? Right, let me see if I can play. Fair use, all right? Mesdames et messieurs, you say, police should not ignore.
Police officers were told yesterday to use their discretion when deciding whether to prosecute shoplifters amid the cost of living crisis. Andy Cook, a man I'm sure you know well, the new police watchdog, raised those...
Fair use for YouTube, Facebook.
Who wrote that? As he suggested officers should weigh up whether it's best to proceed. Your view as policing minister.
So I have a lot of respect for Andy Cook. He's a fellow Scouser. We get on very well, but I'm afraid I find it a bit old-fashioned thinking. You know, we first of all believe that the law should be blind, and police officers should operate without fear or favour in the prosecution of the law. But secondly, also that it's not quite right to say that as the economy fluctuates, so does crime.
So the army of men and women who own the shops, the businesses, the news agents, whatever it might be, know that with this government, you will make sure the police do not turn a blind eye to someone who runs out with a loaf of bread and 6 eggs.
Absolutely right. And in fact, I wrote to chief constables just a year or so ago saying that they should not be ignoring those small, seemingly small crime.
There we go. He say those that are still, they do small crime, don't ignore them. You need to arrest them and prosecute them. We don't care if they don't have food. We don't care if they don't have enough in their house. We don't care. That's not our business. So let's go right here. Right? Let's go right here. He said the policy minister, Keith Malthouse, has disputed the suggestion of the chief inspector of constabulary, Andy Cook, that the cost of living crisis will trigger. They know. That's what I told you, brother and sister. That's what I've been telling you in my video. I got a lot of video on YouTube. Please, brother and sister, if you have not subscribed, please go on our YouTube page, 12 Tribe of Israel under Christ. 12 Tribe of Israel under Christ. We have over 1,000 videos on YouTube in French, English, and Spanish. Over 1,000 videos. And now for you to repent, to wake up, and teach your brother and your sister. We got 1,000 videos. Okay? Okay? So keep in mind. He said that the cost of living crisis will trigger, will trigger an increase in crime, branding it old-fashioned thinking. Old-fashioned thinking. There we go. As inflation hit a 40-year high of 9%, imagine that. Cook said on Wednesday that officers should use their discretion when deciding whether to prosecute people who steal in order to eat. There we go. They're just stealing to eat. They say use wisdom. We want them to get arrested and prosecuted. We don't want them to just steal and walk away. No, we don't want it like that. We want the jail to be full of them. Right? Appearing, he said appearing on ITV's Good Morning Britain on Thursday, Morehouse, a longtime ally of Boris Johnson, said Cook's thinking was old-fashioned, adding, because people are challenged financially, that does not necessarily mean they are going to turn to crime. He said, we don't care. Even though you don't have food, you need to learn to fast, man. Stay hungry. You can't feed your baby. It is what it is. Stay like that. That's what they're telling you. You don't have food in your house. You don't have to go steal. And guess what? We don't condone anybody to go steal. We don't condone you. We don't tell you to go steal. We don't tell you to go steal. Right? We do not steal, and we don't tell anybody to steal. Now, can we stop people? We cannot. Do I control people? I don't. Okay? So keep in mind. So you can go and read the article if you want. Lord willing, I'm going to do my best. Maybe I can leave this article in the description box. Lord willing, to respect the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. If the Most High allow me, I will do so. You see what I'm saying? I will do so. Right? Alright? So like I'm coming. I see got a couple of articles I got to go through, right? It looks like I'm running out of my space right now. Right? So I'm going to need another SD card.